Now at 6, a former police officer fights for justice years after she was attacked.
There are 2 other men who saw her lunge an 8-inch butcher knife through my trachea.
Tonight, she recalls the details of the death-defying struggle with a tenant at a transfer hearing for her attacker.
And tensions rising in Memphis as the city awaits the release of body cam video showing the beating of a 29-year-old during a traffic stop.
This is not the first time that we saw police officers committing crime and engaging in excessive, brutal force.
New tonight, one of the officers involved has a connection to Connecticut.
And weekend travel troubles at Tweed. One airline warns travelers to head to the airport early.
And tracking the chance for a scattered snow shower this evening, plus all eyes are on the weekend forecast.
And later, a sticky situation at a local farm. Vandals putting a damper on maple syrup season.
Down by the river, a fish story, or 22 of them. I'm Jim Altman in Glastonbury. We tell you more ahead on the Fox 61 News.
Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
We begin with rising tensions in Memphis, Tennessee. Video of the deadly attack on Tyree Nichols set to be made public in just about an hour from right now. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. 5 Memphis police officers have been fired and charged. Tonight, we know one of them is a man originally from Connecticut.
Officials confirming to Fox 61 that Desmond Mills Jr. graduated from Bloomfield High School in 2008. Attorney Ben Crump joined the family of Tyree Nichols today ahead of tonight's video release.
When you all see this video, you're going to see Tyree Nichols is calling out for his mom. He calls out 3 times for his mother. His last words on this earth is Mom, Mom, Mom. I mean, he's screaming for her.
Tyree Nichols' mother also spoke at the press conference today, saying that though she won't be watching the video, she's praying for the officer's family. Again, that video expected to be released, made public in just about an hour at 7 p.m.
The death of Tyree Nichols getting reaction here at home.
Fox 61's Gabby Molina spoke with a member of the Power Up Connecticut, one of the many local groups planning a rally this weekend. Gabby joining us live in Bloomfield tonight with what we can expect. Gabby.
Well, Ben and Jen, we've learned that one of the 5 officers that has been charged is from Bloomfield, Connecticut, which is why we're here tonight. Desmond Mills Jr., again, is one of those 5 officers facing several charges in connection to Tyree Nichols' death. And today, Bloomfield Public Schools released a statement saying that they are aware of the disturbing situation involving 5 officers in Memphis, Tennessee, and can confirm that one of the officers, Desmond Mills Jr., is a graduate of Bloomfield High School's class of 2008. Mills and the other 4 officers are charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. The footage of the traffic stop that led to Tyree Nichols' death is set to be released later tonight, and ahead of that, rallies and protests have been planned here in Connecticut for tomorrow, including in Manchester, led by Power Up CT.
The idea is that, yes, we do, because this system killed Tyree Nichols. We're not looking at just 5 officers. We're looking at a system who consistently kills black men, black boys, black women, and black girls and black bodies.
Now, again, Power Up CT is just one of the groups that is planning protests for tomorrow. There is also another protest planned in Hartford for tomorrow afternoon, so we will keep you updated on that, and we will keep you updated as this video is released later tonight. Live in Bloomfield, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you very much. Well, former Hartford police officer Jill Kiddick recalls the scary moments she faced on duty, attacked by a woman while responding to a call.
Her attacker is moving facilities, and Kiddick is raising concerns over the transfer. Fox 61's Carmen Chow has an update.
The purpose of today's public hearing was to decide if Augustin should stay here at Dutcher Hall. When we left the hearing, there was no formal decision made by the board, but we did hear from Jill Kiddick herself not too long ago. The board has officially decided to keep Augustin here at Dutcher Hall and not transfer her to Whiting.
You did not have to move her prior to the hearing. You did not have to.
It has been 5 years since retired Hartford police officer Jill Kiddick was stabbed in the neck, responding to a reported altercation between a tenant and a landlord at Constitution Plaza in Hartford. The tenant, who was also her attacker, Siobhan Augustin, was transported to Whiting Hospital under maximum security for her actions, which deemed her to be criminally insane. But in the beginning of this month, the hospital staff transferred Augustin to Dutcher Hall, which is a less secure building, meaning she is able to go off campus with supervision or be alone on hospital grounds.
Folks are still in a locked unit, but over time, as they demonstrate they're able to walk around the grounds with staff.
The hospital staff citing Augustin's behavior showed significant and steady improvement within a year.
Ms. Augustin has been consistently described as polite, cooperative, and getting along with staff and peers.
In the past, a hearing would have been required before a patient was transferred. Under the new law, it is no longer necessary, and the decision would be made strictly by the hospital staff themselves. However, if needed, the staff can still request a hearing before making a final decision, but in this case, they did not.
It was very overwhelming to know victims were not considered in this whatsoever.
Kiddick says because of her actions on that very day, her life will never be the same.
I've lost everything because of her.
Kiddick did also add that she did not expect Augustin to be transferred back to Whiting and that she is happy with the conditions put into place, calling today a success. Now, the board did mandate if the hospital witnesses any different behavior in Augustin, they must notify the board immediately. Reporting in Middletown, Carmen Chow, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Carmen. All right, time for a check on the forecast right now. Taking a look at the radar, there's some snow flurries out there in parts of the state.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. All eyes on the weekend on this Friday night. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, hi. And even though there are signs of winter outside right now, there is no sign of winter heading into the weekend forecast with a warming trend on the way. Temperatures approaching 50 degrees. But first, we got to get through what's going on outside right now. And we do have some scattered either light snow flurries or some more substantial snow showers in spots. For most of us, it's just going to be a flurry or we stay dry. But for a select few, you can see a little burst of snow. Wallingford is seeing one. That's heading towards Middlefield. Also, even in southern Connecticut towards the shoreline down through Madison, seeing a little bit of snow as well. Same is true in Guilford, too. But again, this as quickly as it moves in, it moves out again. And as we head through the next couple of hours or so, it'll just kind of fall apart. And with temperatures well above freezing for much of the state, very little in the way of impact from this other than it just kind of being a curiosity. So here's what the radar looks like heading towards 8 o'clock as we see things calm down. We'll see overnight lows right around 30 degrees. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, but mild with highs in the upper 40s and some towns approaching 50. More clouds for the middle of the day towards the evening. And then we'll be even warmer for Sunday. We'll take a look at that, plus timing out some rain to finish the weekend coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Meriden officials want to assure parents and students that the school environment is safe following a concerning incident where a handgun was brought into the school. It happened at the Washington Middle School, and that's where we find Fox 61's Matt Karen, who talked with both city and school officials about the investigation and the fallout. Matt.
Yeah, that's right. And those city and school officials tell me that they rely on a very strong relationship with the Meriden Police Department, who right now only has 106 officers on the beat. That's opposed to their usual full complement of 123, and that's forced the department to make some tough decisions. Short staffing at the Meriden Police Department has forced school resource officers to be plucked from their original duties.
We pulled the SROs out of our middle schools for a temporary basis to help backfill some of the vacancies we had on patrol.
It comes as a handgun was brought into the Washington Middle School Tuesday. And while that student is now facing possible criminal charges, the Board of Education is looking into more than a suspension.
There's a statute that we have to follow called 10-233D. That's if any kind of firearm or facsimile thereof, it's mandated expulsion, but I can't speak to the facts because I haven't been given all of them yet, and we have to ultimately be the arbiters in that case.
Some say the student shouldn't be criminalized. Kristen Song was instrumental in passing Connecticut's safe gun storage law, named after her son, Ethan, who was killed playing with an unsecured firearm at a friend's house.
Kids are watching us. They're watching where you're putting the keys. They're watching where you're putting your gun.
Police say this gun was stored in a safe in the child's home, separately from ammunition, and was licensed. The child found the key.
Once a child has the dexterity to use a key, you know, I would think that you would have to up your responsibility. So move towards a combination lock, move towards a biometric lock.
Meriden school officials tell us they've invested thousands of dollars on school safety, ranging from camera systems to door locks. But some have suggested Meriden deploy metal detectors inside the schools.
Metal detectors, we've heard from teachers across the nation that have worked in buildings that now either live or work in Meriden that have said it didn't work then, it didn't work there, it won't work here. And so we feel as though that just puts up more barriers.
All right, and to clear up some community confusion, there was not a 2-day delay in informing parents about this incident. What happened was another student noticed that handgun in the school on Tuesday, but never reported that incident until school administrators or the police department until Thursday, the same day that that notice was sent home. We're live here in Meriden. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
Matt, thank you. Well, if you're planning to fly out of Tweed New Haven Airport in the coming days, the TSA is advising you to get there early. Velo Airlines confirming to Fox 61 that their checked baggage scanner is undergoing maintenance. They say it can't be used until Monday, so instead, customers' bags will be manually screened by TSA agents. Officials say that this process will take longer, and they ask travelers to arrive early or just bring a carry-on.
And tonight, the University of Connecticut saying the death of a student in their dorms is not under investigation. They say it's believed this was a medical emergency after a public safety was called to the student's dorm around 2 p.m. yesterday. The student was found unresponsive. They were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. The student's name has not been released, but UConn did release a statement saying, quote, "It is important that we come together as a community and support one another during this difficult time. There is staff available to offer support. Please reach out as needed." The school did say an autopsy will be performed.
Happening tomorrow in Bloomfield, the family of State Representative Quentin Williams will hold a public memorial to celebrate his life after he was killed in a deadly wrong-way crash earlier this month. The memorial will start at 1 p.m. at the First Cathedral, located at 1151 Blue Hills Avenue in Bloomfield.